Astera Labs, right? So in most of my videos this week, I've been talking about value companies, right? This time, I'm going to be talking about what's called a growth company, right? And so a growth company has high revenue and earnings growth, and they're prioritizing expansion over immediate profit, right? So the biggest example of this in history was Amazon. Amazon went almost 18 years without turning a profit, right? Because they were investing everything they made to expanding the company, right? So that's one of the things about growth companies is that they're reinvesting their profits into research, development, marketing, and expansion rather than paying out dividends. So, if you're trying to protect your money, you put your money into dividend stocks and get the dividend, right? But if you're trying to grow your money, like you're putting your money into what's called a growth stock, right? What about Astera Labs? What is Astera Labs? So Astera Labs designs, manufactures, and sells semiconductor-based connectivity solutions. So basically, you have these, chips in these data centers and all that kind of stuff, all this computing power, but you have to connect all that stuff together, right? So Astera Labs sells the products that goes into these places, for AI infrastructure. As we saw from NVIDIA, right, you got one company spending over $10 billion to develop their AI infrastructure, and Astera Labs is what connects the AI infrastructure, right? So as AI continues to ramp up here, so does Astera Labs, right? Their revenue increased by 16% in the last quarter, and as long as they're building data centers, that revenue will continue to increase, right? Now, what's the negative of Astera Labs is the price.